Good evening, everybody. This is Political Hot Seat, Thursday night, a live call-in show at 727-8750. Once again, it's 727-8750. Tonight, we've extended the show because we have 3 candidates running for offices. 2 are here now live, whom I'll introduce later. But tonight, we all are kind of fortunate because Vern's not here. So anyway, we got Deanna sitting over there with all the computer stuff, which I don't know a thing about. So, Deanna?
Thanks, Bill. Should I be going, yay, French not here? So, yes, you can email me at deanna@kpvm.tv to ask any of the candidates a question, and you can do so anonymously, or you can add your name. And we have, like Bill said, 3 candidates coming on an extended Political Hot Seat live call-in show. Of course, you can give us a call here on 727. I think it's 3627. Is that the number? I don't know. I'll have to get it for you. And of course, email me at deanna@kpvm.tv. I'm going to send it back to Bill, who's going to introduce the candidates that he has on right now.
All right, I have here with me 2 candidates. I have Mr. Fred Conquest. He's out of Clark County. He's running for governor of the state of Nevada. And then I also have here Harley Kulkin, who's running for lieutenant governor, and he's from here in Pahrump. I would like for everybody to keep your questions to what they are running for, not what they were in the past, okay? I mean, let's keep it to governor and lieutenant governor. So, Fred, would you like to explain why you would want to do something like this?
Well, thank you for having us on, Bill. My reason for running for governor is because we need to fix a lot of problems in the state of Nevada, some of which seem to continue to fester for a long time because no one really wants to make the political sacrifices or will to solve the problems in education, Veterans Affairs, healthcare, creation of jobs, and essentially try to turn the economy around. We're last in pretty much everything that's good and first in everything that's not. And my goal is to help fix the problems.
All right, and here we have Harley running for lieutenant governor. And why lieutenant governor?
Well, I know I'd be better off to stay home and enjoy my family and friends, but I'm just driven to want to change our country in Nevada. Fred mentioned where we stand. Well, let me give you specifics. We're number 50 in job opportunities, number 50 in education, number 50 in unemployment, number 46 in healthcare, number 42 in state integrity. That has to do with the honesty of your elected officials. We're number 1 in bankruptcies, number 2 in foreclosures, number 3 in short sales, number 1 in illicit drug use, number 2 in suicides, number 3 in firearms deaths, number 4 in drug overdose deaths, and of course the list goes on and on like that. I believe very strongly that politics has become a social club, and especially at the top, I believe that the governor, the lieutenant governor, assemblymen, senators, year after year ask for you to re-elect them or give them a different office, and the results are these. Would you hire somebody to fix something at your house if they didn't fix it right in the first place? This social club has to be broken. Most of these people who get elected are not like Mr. Conquest and myself, hardworking people just like you. Most of them are people that are like attorneys and so on that make hundreds of dollars an hour and ask you to put them in an office. Lieutenant governor, an example, makes $60,000 a year. Well, $300 an hour that attorneys charge is $624,000. Even if they work part-time, they're still making a lot more than the rest of us. So why would they put their energies into something? It's just a status symbol, and this has got to stop. And later on, I hope we get a little opportunity to talk about just how ridiculous the system is. You pick one of the candidates they want you to pick, and at the top, of course, Republican, Democrat, it makes absolutely no difference. Those people are controlled by the same people. It's trying to break the mold and start doing things for you and I.
All right, we'll get back to job creation. What can we do? Now, this is my opinion only. You bring jobs back to the United States. How do we do that when I know one country in particular, because my dad dealt with them, their tariff is like 20 times what the tariff is for them to import here, what ours was to import to their country. And then they could actually produce the product over in that country and ship it here at a cheaper price than we can afford to build it here. How can we change that back around to where we have industry?
Okay, my take on it is that we can create thousands of jobs in Nevada, good high-paying jobs, but what we have to do is understand how businesses get started, how they grow. We need to have a system that doesn't penalize people from starting a business in the first place. But if I'm elected governor, there's a system called aquaponics, which is a new technology that allows people to raise fish and vegetables inside and produce organic food. It can be done anywhere. And it's going to be a huge industry down the road, because how do you feed 3 million people in Nevada? 85% of our food is imported. And this is one way to get the industry started here to create jobs. The second one is that the recent Farm Bill allows colleges like UNLV, UNR, Desert Research, and Great Basin to do research on hemp. Hemp is a multi-billion-dollar business around the world. It's an industry that can make 1,500 different products out of something that's a weed. It's not marijuana in a sense that you can smoke it and get high. It's simply a form of marijuana that you can make paper. You can make 4 times the paper from 1 acre of hemp as you can from 1 acre of trees. So we want to go to Canada. We want to look at how they've turned an industry that was non-existent 3 years ago into a multi-billion-dollar job-creating industry.
And we have a caller on the line. We're going to go to Dennis, who has a Veterans Association question. Dennis? Dennis, you have a question? And we're waiting for Dennis.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to go ahead and answer that question as well for waiting.
Okay.
Dennis, call back when you can. It's at 727-8750.
When Congressman Horsford was here in Pahrump recently, he said, believe it or not, the United States government is still paying businesses to leave this country. So we have handicaps put on us by the lack of the federal government to react to our need for good jobs. We all know all sorts of jobs that could be brought to Nevada. The problem is Nevada is not a very business-friendly state. So what we need to do is look at what other states are offering, and the fact of the matter is we need to beat those. Because even if we give them tremendous tax breaks, if we give them land and give them everything and they put people to work, we are going to collect taxes from the employees' salaries when they spend it that we would not have gotten in the first place. It's real simple to attract business. You just got to have a better attraction than the rest of the people. And that's what I said on the town board when we were looking at bringing in some marijuana growers. We need to have the least intrusive way of getting a license, and we need to be the cheapest license available, and those people will come here.
Okay. One of the things I like to say is that there's technologies such as 3D printing in which you can make any kind of part using a computer. It's going to be the manufacturing technology of the future. We need to get this industry started and sponsored somehow by the state government to get in on the ground floor. Another system, there's a company in China called Broad Sustainable Buildings. They have a technology that's licensable, where we can build buildings in anywhere from 1 day to 30 days. They have built 30-story hotel in 30 days. All of the building is constructed in the factory, such as like a Rector set when I was a boy. They bring it out on flatbed trucks, and high-tech people put it together. In 1 day, they built a dormitory for a college to house over 100 people. We have over 100 schools we need to build just to catch up in the demand for school. And there's no money to build them, or people don't want to use the bond. People take 6, 9 months, 12 months, even 2 years to build a school. We can do it in a month. Lots of jobs available in that area. We are in a desert. My field of anthropology, which is what I teach at CSN, but also I have a PhD in business. We can use techniques for water harvesting that have been used for thousands of years to improve the amount of water in Nevada simply by capturing the rain using stuff that people used 4,000 years ago that was very effective and still is. So there's lots of ways to create jobs. We just need to make the system simple to start one, and we need to identify where we need to put these things. Rural Nevada definitely needs some help from the state, which they don't get.
No, as an example, the legislature in 2 sessions now has considered combining 2 of the states' incentives for bringing in business. And for rural Nevada, they were looking at combining the 2, which would help rural Nevada get more. And both times they couldn't even get through let alone be voted on.
Well, we have a $10 million economic development fund that has developed no jobs, and it's just sitting there wasting money with some kind of committee looking how to do it.
Nevada has quite a lot of money put away, which is referred to as a rainy day fund, and it's time Nevada invests some of that money in Nevada. And currently they just invest it, so to speak, on the stock market. They've lost money and they're not, investing it in Nevada and putting people to work.
Well, one of the really surprising things is people are always complaining about the higher education system. The Nevada system of higher education has $500 million in the reserve fund, and they plead poverty every year.
Education, Harley. I know your children all gone to college or been well educated.
Well, it's tough. Every semester the fees for going to school keep on going up and up and up, and it's tough. When I hear things like they want to create taxes for some of the charter schools and things like that, and to me it favors. We got 1 minute left, Bill. Anyway, it favors a certain segment of our society, and the bulk of the people won't get the education they should. Public education needs to be first class, and it can be in Nevada with the right management and investment of funds, and that will attract business. Healthcare and education are extremely important to businesses that come to Nevada. We're talking about the kind that would employ lots of people with good wages.
All right, well, we're getting ready to go to a break. This is a live call-in show, 727-8750. You call in and ask these 2 gentlemen any questions you want about the position that they're running for, they're a candidate for. We're going to go, I want you all to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.